Alright, what's up guys? This is going to be How to Dominate, episode 10 I think. Yeah, and today we're going to be doing a dominatory on Eve. We are playing Eve versus Gragas in the jungle. They have a pretty full like magic damage team besides for Lucian here. And yeah, I'm just going to show you how to play Dark Harvest Eve. For runes, I have Dark Harvest, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Ultimate Hunter, really important rune, Absolute Focus, and Water Walking. The reason you take Absolute Focus is because now with the nerfs to Celerity, Absolute Focus just gives you a lot of AP, and it's just good on your early game burst for sure. I'm going to show a path that I think is really underrated. I actually got this one from Rad IRL. He messaged me on Twitter about it, where you actually just clear your full bot side into golems after red as soon as the game starts, and this just is like a really safe path for Eve. You don't really contest scuttles really well as a champion naturally, so the fact that this path like exists allows you to get level 3 earlier than the enemy jungler, and you can do it without really putting yourself behind it all. Another thing that's good about the path is Eve actually does golems and wraiths better than it does other champions as well, or other camps as well, so it's kind of just like playing to your strengths as well as being safe. Really underrated pathing here. So here he hasn't shown topside yet. He's probably on the bot crab. I'm going to ping question mark. The enemy jungler hasn't shown, and you have a ward on one crab. It's pretty stock standard that he's going to go to the other one. Now top has got to be careful. It's Cassio versus Nasus. That is not a good matchup for Nasus at all. Our Nasus actually picked into Cassio this game, which is kind of rough, but at least he has a rune that makes sense for the matchup, and maybe he can potentially do something. I'm going to look up there. Doesn't look like I'll be doing anything up there yet, but I'm going to keep my eye on it. Okay, this guy's roaming top. Our top laner needs to back off here. He's maybe dead. Okay, still use Flash and Ignite. Maybe I can do something off that. So when you have Absolute Focus, you want to stay over 70% HP so that you can get the damage bonus. So that's what I'm doing here. Trying to stay above that damage bonus if I can. So I have nothing to do for the next 30 seconds because I cleared so quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk top behind the Nasus and try to make sure that he doesn't get destroyed by a gank. I'm going to look at it first. If it looks good, then I might just recall. Looks like this guy backed up all the way, but my next camp isn't spawning until 4:30. We know that. It's always good to have a mentality like, okay, this isn't happening until now. I have some free time on the map. What can I do to help my team? All right, here I'm going to go for just the completed Fiendish Codex and a pink ward. Generally speaking, you don't really want your smite upgrade super early on Eve. It's just not that good compared to just buying AP. Mainly because when you buy AP, you're actually increasing your damage by a lot, whereas like having the extra like damage from auto attack and machete, it doesn't really do that much for you. You'd rather just be stronger in fights. So this doesn't spawn for another like 5 seconds. Well, maybe I was a little bit off in the timing, but yeah. I know the order of my camps because I just did them, so should definitely play around that. Looks like they knew where I was. Okay, I don't even need to flash for that. Shouldn't be taking any of those. I got the soul there, which is nice. And Aurelion Soul was roaming bot, and I was able to cut him off in transition. Pyke played that well. He hooked it up for my AD carry. Gonna continue jungling towards top side. The next crab is top, so I got to keep that in mind. It's pretty hard to fight for it because their mid and top both have priority just due to matchups in the early game. So if the enemy jungler contests that, I'm just giving it. Which it looks like he is. I might try to like poke around a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, they just have too much priority here. Just have to give it. They have to be careful about him going top, though. I'm just going to ward on top of the crab. Yeah. So I was prepared to flash if I needed to, but I already got a good charm there. is nice. So this is really good for me. I'm gonna get 6, and I got a kill in the early game. So there I just kind of like baited it. Like I knew what Ari was doing. I just looked stupid, walked in a straight line, saw if that gave me any power, and if it did, then I chose to run away. I guess I'm just recalling here. I want to just get my red buff ASAP here. So like I said before with AP, your purchases should be focused around that. I'm going to go for Boots of Speed and Dark Seal. Same concept that I said before. It's just, yeah, it's more intelligent because I just want to deal with the fact that my spells are the ones that are the things that do damage for me, not my auto attacks really. Like even when clearing, so there's just no point to buying the early jungle item. Looks like they're clearing wards bot. I think a bot gank is definitely in the cards here for me. Alright, let's see if I can start it off. I actually missed the easy flash charm there, but it ended up being good. I mean, a lot of jungling, like you can make mistakes like that every now and then jungling, but a lot of jungling is right place at the right time. Like I know that they're gonna potentially go for a bot gank, or a bot gank is just the right place to be. So just being there just gives me a bunch of options. I'm gonna see. I don't think he did his Gromp based on his timing, so let me just look. It actually looks like he did. What about his raids? I think he's going to go to his top side next, so I don't really care about this, or his wolves. Okay, well, I'm going to go clear. I have 4 stacks off that. Yeah, it kind of sucked. Right when I flashed to try to hit the Thresh, he flayed, so I kind of flashed into the flay there. It was pretty bad, but we're good. We're good anyway, boys. Alright, so I'm going to do wraiths, continue stacking on my Dark Harvest. I've got 60 stacks in the early game, which is really good for Dark Harvest in general. If you don't know like about the Keystone, it evens out at 80 stacks. That's like when it becomes more useful than Electrocute in terms of damage. But at 150 is when it really turns on, because that's when you can carry the stacks around all the time. Like there's definitely like worlds where I gank with Eve, and then by the time that I'm able to like re-gank, or like by the time that I'm actually able to pull off the gank itself, I won't be able to have my stacks anymore just because of the timing. It only lasts 20 seconds, and it's not guaranteed that you leave the jungle and you're immediately able to do something in 20 seconds. So we just saw him bot, which means that the crab should be up. I don't think he would have had time to clear the crab and get bot here, so that's good. But first I'm going to look top. Definitely going to look top here. He might be warding. I'm going to look for him while he's warding. Ooh, it's really rough. Should have been a free kill, but Ari missed the charm. He didn't know where the Ari was there. I think there's a chance that he greets his back, which is why I'm going to walk forward here. Just in case. Looks like he didn't. He actually backed all the way. Smart of him. They're making a bot play while we're making this top play, which kind of sucks. Like we weren't able to get what we wanted for sure. Guess I'm just going to go do this in recall. I can maybe go for mid. Go mid and then I'll do crab and recall. It's a good TP from Nasus to keep the turret alive though. It was actually a decent call. My Ari called me mid here. I didn't actually know if we would have the damage to do it, but we do it easily here. We just get first turn mid, which opens up the map. That was actually like brain fart on my part. I should have immediately went mid anyway. Okay, so I think that there's a high chance that Gragas is like doing one of these camps. So I'm going to look for it potentially. Not worth it. Well, I have to ult out here. Thought that'd be a decent way to kill him, but it turns out that was not the case. So one of the things that Eve does really well is she sustains back onto the map pretty quickly. So in a situation like this where I'm pretty low, I can just go back to the map and be able to do something. And now that we got the push, we can go for the dive here. It should be a pretty easy dive. They're definitely not expecting this. Okay. Well, he used flash and heal, I think. Okay, back off here. Okay. Just walk away. There I was actually able to get my Dark Harvest damage off. It was nice. So I'm just in a good spot here. Like, I've just been pathing for the most part better than the enemy. Now I can buy a huge buy for me. I was sitting on so much gold, but there was so many things to do on the map that it wasn't a good time to recall. If you're not as strong as I was, then you obviously shouldn't approach it with the same way. But for me, the reason why I'm spending so much time is because I actually believe that I'm still useful on the map at that point, and I think that there's just too many things to do. Okay, so the Ahri picks off the Gragas. This Gragas is actually really screwed. After the first invade he tried on me, when Ahri and I killed him, he's been behind for most of it. And I'm just stacking. Like, I have a late game rune. So the fact that the early game is going well for me as well, really beneficial in the grand scheme of things. Okay. I think I'm actually going to look top here. I can look bottom. It's like he's not respecting my Eve pressure enough here. Now, obviously that could mean Thresh is behind him in the lane, but he's just not, he's not doing what he should be. Now, when I gank, I like to go through lane more than go through, like, areas like this when I play Eve. Mainly because when you play Eve, you want to be able to, I'm actually, okay, never mind. Good thing that, that Lantern appeared then. But yeah, like, when you gank through areas like this, you don't know if it's pink warded or not. It's more likely that this is pink warded than lane is pink warded. Okay, this guy walks straight into me, and that's a free kill. Okay, we can kill this guy. Damn, so close to getting my ult on him. He flashed. The Aurelion Soul did. Kind of unfortunate there. Ahri just kind of died before the fight. I was able to kill like 2 people, but I wasn't able to kill the whole group of them. I got a good flash on Aurelion Soul, but he just flashed like barely out of my ult range, and it was able to save him. Alright, going top side. I've got a big lead though, and this is a decent matchup for Eve, so show you what else we can do in this game. Let's see. This guy needs to back off. This is a pretty dumb death, but he's 100% dead. Maybe I can get up there. Maybe he can stall for long enough that I get up there, but I really doubt it. Oh wow, he actually lived. Surprising. Super tanky because he's able to itemize his pure MR. So I like going Oblivion Orb on Eve. I think it's just a really strong item in general to be getting on this champion. It's just a lot of just raw upfront damage. Like when you get just the full pen build. The other option that I see people going is Spellbinder, but I just don't like that as much as a player. It's really preference, but if you want to play like me, this is what you should do. So this crab is pretty much mine. They have no way to really contest it. Yeah. And just look at how much AP I get from Absolute Focus at this point in the game. Like 15 minutes is just giving you more than an Amp Tome. That's why it's so good in comparison to Celerity. Alright, so I assume that Cassio is going to be top. They're going for him. This is fine. Okay. I didn't want to W early because then it gives away my positioning, but I need to heal up here before we fight. This is kind of weird. I don't know. Not really sure what their plan was there. Can you kill him? Damn. Sucks. He has no ult, I guess. He can still just stay on him with red buff and autos, but he's playing really scared for no reason. Yikes. That's pretty bad for us overall. I mean, the Nasus really wasn't able to contribute anything there, and I don't have enough damage to just cut through the Negatron. I don't have a Void Staff yet. Unfortunate, but I still have like a lot of stacks, which is beneficial. Yeah, there I also had to ult for spacing there, so I didn't get one shot. I mean, Nasus inherently is not super strong into Cassiopeia, and that's kind of why you see that this guy's actually played the lane pretty decently, but in terms of like 2v2 fighting, he doesn't really provide any strength for us. Okay. Looking bot. I'll get a cleanup kill here. I think I'm dead here. Yeah, there's no way to go. Damn, that sucks. Cassio cut me off and backed up the Gragas. Jhin was trying to 1v1 the Gragas, but I mean, it's just not a good decision. I think what needs to happen is our team needs to start playing around me instead of just playing around like forcing me to help them. Like in this situation, I'm not really able to benefit that much. Like I'm not able to use like the stealth component, like the huge part of Eve that is super good. Being able to like outnumber people and get to spots where they don't expect you. Like right now, I'm just forced to kind of get in there and help people that yeah, don't seem to really be able to utilize my help. In that situation, my ult was just on cooldown for like a brief second. If it was off cooldown like 1 second earlier, I would have been able to use it on the Cassio. Pretty unfortunate timing there, but it was it was a pretty rush play. It's just a response from us to a play that was happening. In general, I mean the Gragas was super behind, but we keep on doing things that are helping him out a lot for sure. A lot of these kills are pretty much the ideal situations for him. Pyke is building incorrectly. He needs to go tank. It's like the real way you play this champion. It's a lot of damage. I don't know what that guy did, but he somehow ended up in the pit, and that's just a free kill for us. Definitely going to go Void here. Next item. It's just essential in a game like this. Okay. Yeah, when they start getting a lot of MR like this, just get a Void. Okay, he flashed it. He actually didn't need to flash it, but he did anyway. I actually missed there, but yeah. Flashed anyway, so it's all good. Okay. Got some stuff there. Got a couple ults and an ignite. Nice, and we killed the Cassio here as well. Hopefully he can kite a little bit with his Q. They see me. They know I'm coming here. He can kill me really easy here. I gotta just back up. I almost have 150 stacks. We've got a couple flashes now. So close to that 150 stacks, man. That's the big power spike. Unfortunately, I'm having to respond to a lot of plays around the map. I'm not like getting to get that many of my own. Just sucks. I want to get that Void stuff before I back though. Void is extremely important to get early on this champion if you're behind it, or if they start stacking MR. And here, this game, even though we only have me and Ari, like the rest of us do physical damage. I mean, I guess Nasus E does magic, but his main damage is going to come out of Q. The benefit to this is, yeah, like, I don't know. For some reason, they're going MR, but the benefit is my team's going to just do more damage, essentially. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so I'm going to do blue here. And I'm going to try to get my Void, and then I'll get it back on the map. Early Void's super important on this champion. Helps you do a lot more damage. And you're not going to always be able to get your charm off on people. Like, a lot of times, you're not going to play with your charm later on. You're just going to look for, like, instant one-shots, things like that. Nasus is dead again. I feel like he's died a lot this game. What's his score? 0-5 so far. That's pretty unfortunate. They just need to not fight right now. Wait for me. One of the issues here is they have a ton of CC. I think Banshee's Veil might actually be a decent purchase here. It's fine. I don't really like what Pyke's doing here. It just makes no sense to me. Oh, am I dead? Damn, he extended that range nicely. Did we hit the charm there? Well, looks like we got the kill. Pyke's kind of suiciding. Pretty much, we need him to play cleanup, and Nasus has been non-factor in the entire game, but it's okay. He needs to build magic resist and play cleanup. Or not magic resist, he needs to build armor and magic resist and then play cleanup. We should win this really hard, to be honest. Pyke is here. He just needs to E over an ult. Okay. This is why being really squishy as Pyke sucks. Like, normally you can just be super annoying if you just build tank CDR. Alright. We have TP for Nasus. If we want to do this. We should probably bait it, if I'm being honest. Okay, we should go for this. Okay. That trade is pretty much what's going to happen every time. If I go on him, he ults, but it's good in general. I wasn't able to use my Rift Herald like effectively this game, but it just didn't look like that was a good time to drop it, so I just decided to do it. Made sense to me. I'm tanking for some reason. Okay, this guy's taking all the things. Okay. Yeah, we just played this really poorly. Alright. I need a stack on Aurelion Soul and a stack on Cassio. And then I'm super useful with all this. Once I have Flash, though, I can just flash on Aurelion Soul and my E will go through. And one of the benefits of having Dark Harvest that a lot of people don't know is Dark Harvest actually, if you see here, so charge, and it does adaptive damage. So like, I guess here it doesn't matter, but like, yeah, it just does a fuck ton of damage. Like it goes higher than Electrocute, and you're just able to really like pop off with it, which is different than Electrocute, which is always magic. Like, I don't know. This means that like Ka and Eve, they both just do the same time damage, just more like heavily. Okay, we got picked here. We're getting picked a lot. I haven't been able to use the like invis portion of Eve, which is pretty important that frequently here. Oh, we're not gonna do this. Oh, wow. Oh my god, he flash autoed me and it went through. Damn, I was trying to save the Nasus by charming, and I ended up getting hit by a Flay, I think. At least Jin got the dragon. We're just in like a weird spot. We keep on getting picked, and like I'm never able to use my stealth to really force a fight. I'm gonna go blue trinket here. It helps you check bushes that are potentially unmarked. Our team can win this super hard. This is not a good call from them. They're actually throwing the game here. Oh, okay, never mind. This guy just stood still, killed himself. If he didn't stand still and kill himself, that was a free fight for us. We could still potentially even win it, even with him standing still and killing himself. Okay, pop off. Oh, he didn't pop off. Well, I guess I'll go bot and collect this farm. This has been really unfortunate. Like I haven't been able to do what I really want to do. Whatever. You just have to sometimes take the circumstances that you're given in situations like this. It sucks that I don't have flash now though. Flash would be really nice here. I do a fuck ton of damage still, just I just need the good setup. Like where we're not picked off and I don't have to just walk straight into them. Like any time where I can flank around or I can make a play myself would be optimal. Let's go on Essence Reaver. Not a good item on Lucian, I don't think, here. Just doesn't make much sense. Part of the reason why we're so far behind is this guy hasn't used any wards the entire game. He's just kind of been doing his own thing. That guy killed me by hooking him in, but whatever. He just needed to chill there for a sec. Oh wow, he missed all those shots. It's really, really unfortunate. They should be able to kill him super easy if we hit any skill shots at all. Should be really free kill. Okay, good. They should get turrets off this. I was able to like set up on the side and then just pick the Aurelion Soul at the beginning of the fight. It was really good. We should have got more than that. Like I'm pretty sure if Jin hit every shot, we aced them there, but it's still good. Also, Pyke hooked the Lucian to me, which killed me, obviously. All right, I'll ping death timers here. Normally, when you're dead, like the easiest thing you can do for your team is just ping death timers because they're probably focusing on the micro of the situation. They're not focused on yeah, like the death timers, the macro, like who's coming up, that type of thing. It's fine though. I still have a ton of stacks, so like I can pop somebody. If I get a charm on somebody, I just pop them one shot. Which normally like you can have way higher pop off games than this. Like if you've seen my stream recently, I've had some like, you know, like 20 like something kill Eve games, which is really nice. But yeah, like it's just not every day where that can happen. Like sometimes there's games like this where you're just kind of forced into crummy situations, as well as like they've itemized pretty heavily against me. Like they made me go for things that I don't really need. I should have given him that. I didn't realize he was picking his gold. I don't want to farm my own jungle. Yeah, there was a time where I should have popped the Rift Herald, but we were just like setting up for a fight, and I didn't want to just spawn in the middle of the fight. Like honestly, if you're not setting up to like directly get a turret, it's better to just try to win the fight, in my opinion. I want to see if there's anyone that I can pick off just coming through. Looks like Aurelion Soul might face check me. If he does, I can one-shot him. Guess not. I guess he wisened up and went through lane. Wow, we actually didn't one-shot that guy. Really surprising, actually. I think we should still win the fight. I got the charm. Normally if you get the charm, you win every fight, but maybe not this one. Ended up being 2 for 3. Guess that did not work out. I'm not sure why that went so poorly, to be honest. I guess Lucian was able to QSS my charm, and he didn't take full damage. He might have healed as well. I assume he probably healed, because even if he did QSS my charm, I think that he would have just been too low for like my execute to just not one-shot him. All right, should regroup around Baron. So noted, I can't necessarily one-shot Lucian all the time. I just need to have a stack and look for somebody else. Like the easiest person for me to kill is probably the Thresh, but I don't know if I want to waste everything on him. They literally stacked so much MR here. It's actually ridiculous. Look at Aurelion Sol's items combined with Cassio's items. Like these Negatron cloaks you never see on these champions anymore. They're just not good. Okay, kill the pink here. Get some control back. My eyeball collection fully stacked here. We're in a decent spot. Really want 16 though. They're just walking in and getting control because we're doing dragon. We're doing cloud dragon and we're sacrificing complete control on Baron for it. Not a good decision from Nasus in general, but it's okay. Farm more stacks while I can. I want to walk through mid here. Potentially we can clear that up there as well. We can do Baron pretty quickly. Same thing. Alright. We should walk forward. Gonna flash out. Now, these fights you can re-enter eventually. You just need to be patient. Nice. Solid. Good stuff, good stuff. That was well fought from us. We can end. We can end. Come, Nasus. Nasus. We got this. Final fight, we gotta like pick off on Gragas. I was able to ult out and then I flashed over the wall because your passive regens you a lot in the fight. Not sure why our Nasus didn't come mid with us. We can easily end here if he just walks mid. I guess we can end without him though. Anyway, damn. Well, this game ended up getting a little hairy, but I think the early game pathing and everything was really good. I'm gonna stay at the Nexus because they can get it before I'm here, or before I get there, and I can just finish it off over here. All right, GG. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will, yeah, I'll be posting more of these, and yeah, hope you, if you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. This wasn't like the perfect Evelynn game, not the most quintessential Evelynn game that you'd probably see in your life, but we definitely had good moments, and I think the idea of like how to play is definitely here within the video. So, yep, I'll see you guys next time, and peace out.